working with JFK today. JFK. So we're going to talk about his assassination, and really the main thing is how important that was to the people in America. That was a really big thing that happened when he was assassinated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to look at the standard. So this one says, the student will describe the importance of key people, events, and developments between 1950 and 1975. And if you look, I highlighted that because that's the important thing here. We cannot pay attention to a lot of the standard, but the important part is the years that we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be talking about key people in this lesson. So we already told you a little bit. So who's the key person you think we're going to be talking about?
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy. All right, and it says describe the impact on American society of the assassination of President JFK, and then it lists some other people like Martin Luther King that you said y'all talked about too. So today we're just going to focus on the impact of JFK's assassination. Okay? So alright, so first thing we're going to do, I'm going to have y'all take a little, and don't let this word scare you, a little pre-test. And what the pre-test does, the pre-test is not the one that really matters to me. The pre-test is the one that is going to let me know what you know already about JFK. And it's real short, 5 questions. That's not hard at all, is it? Alright, and then once you do the pre-test, we'll do our little lesson. And then at the end, you'll get the same test again to see if you did any better or the same, or and hopefully you'll do better, right? Okay, so you've both got your pencils, right? Y'all can go ahead and I'll give you just a few minutes to do that pre-test, okay? And then we'll get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do to get the lesson started, I really like to think about the things that you already know, because we already come to school as a really smart kid and we know a lot from lessons that we've maybe done in 3rd grade or 4th grade. So I want to bring out all that knowledge that you have in your head about JFK, about John F. Kennedy. So when you look at his picture, have you seen a picture of him before?
My social studies book, I saw about the president, but his face not really.
So it's not a good picture of his face straight on like that? Well, this is John F. Kennedy. This is our 35th president. So I want you to think and reach back into all your files in your memory and try to think about anything you've learned in Miss McKenzie's class or any other classroom, or maybe something you've seen on the TV, on the news, you saw somewhere else. So you're just going to write me a couple little bullets, little short sentences, or you can just write things you know about him, like which president he was or something that he did. So you take a few minutes and do that, okay? Good job. That's a good fact. Okay. Alright, so far on here you've put about John F. Kennedy that you know that he's the 35th president. You put that he has a brother named Robert Kennedy. You said that he was an assassination, and then you said that he also died of a heart attack. So some of these things may be true, some of these things may not be true, but you were pulling out everything you knew from your memory. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take the things that you already know, and we're going to add to that. Okay? So first thing I want you to do, you know you've worked with a timeline before, right? Like when you start at the beginning of, say, your life and you were born, what year were you born?
2002.
2002. And then maybe you had a brother or sister born a couple years later or something. Do you have a younger? No younger? You're the last one? Okay, well maybe something else important, like you started kindergarten and 5 years later, so 2007. So that would be a timeline of your life, okay? And if you pay attention to the dates, you can put it in order chronologically by the numbers. And then also if you pay attention to the events that happen, like would it make sense for you to go to kindergarten before you were born? No. So they have to go in the right order, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you some cards, and this is on the assassination of JFK. So there was the very beginning of what he did that day, and it takes you all the way through the whole day of up to the point when he was assassinated and if they ever found the person who did it, okay? So you're going to learn some things about him. So you can just kind of, they're all mixed up, and just keep them face down where the words are up on the table, and you can just kind of put them in order the way you think they go. I'll help you spread them out so you can read them. And this is going to be most of your work right here, just figuring this out. It's kind of like a puzzle. Make sure you pay attention to the words and not just the times, because sometimes they might not make sense. Oswald and President JFK, and we thought about what we see and how it makes us feel. Okay, so now I've got the boxes around here, and they're just going to bring out different questions, and I want us to talk about them and just maybe give your opinion, and I'll tell you some of my opinions, and we'll just have a discussion about it. Okay, so we'll go up here to the first box, and Oswald is the top picture, and JFK is the bottom picture. So what objects can you name in Oswald's picture? So looking at his picture, what objects can you name that you see?
Well, he's holding a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's holding a piece of paper.
Okay. I think it might be a newspaper, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not sure though. What else do you see?
He looks happy.
No, what objects do you see? Not just any kind of objects in the picture. I know I see a fence. What else do you see?
It looks like he's in. There's trees around.
Okay, so there's trees. Alright, good job. Alright, now looking at JFK's picture, what objects can you name in his picture?
There's a car.
Okay, definitely in a car. Can you tell what kind of car it is?
Like those cars that opens the top of it.
Yeah, drop top or convertible car, yep, because he's sitting on the back seat, it looks like. Doesn't he? Okay. What else? What other objects or things or people or what else do you see in the picture?
People are waving at him.
And do you see someone really close to him?
It looks like that's his wife.
Yeah, that probably is his wife. That's a good guess. Okay. So good job. All right. And then right here it's asking, what is Oswald doing in his picture? What is he doing?
Well, it looks like he's prepared to kill President John F. Kennedy.
You think he's getting ready? That's a good prediction right there, that he's actually maybe planning it, or it kind of looks like he knows someone taking his picture, don't you think?
Yeah.
Do you think both of them know? You think he knows someone's taking his picture? Yeah? Okay, so what is JFK doing in his picture?
He looks like he went somewhere where people, where he was going to do a speech and he's smiling and waving at people.
Yeah, so he's doing the president thing. He looks like he's ready to do a speech. He's smiling. He's got his hand out in a wave. Okay, good job. All right, so then this one wants us to look at, why would Oswald have posed for this photo? Why do you think he would have posed? Because it looks like he's posing, doesn't it? Doesn't it kind of look like he knows someone's taking the picture?
Yes.
Why do you think he would pose for that photo?
So people will know he was the one who killed President.
Yeah, so you think he's maybe proud of it or wants to be remembered?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess. Okay, so then the next one says, why would JFK have posed for this picture?
So they would, probably people who were there remember that day where he was there.
Yeah, pictures are a lot about memories, aren't they?
Yes.
We take pictures to remember things. So both of them probably wanted to be remembered. Do you think, and this question's not on there, but it just popped in my mind from the things you're telling me, do you think they're both wanting to be remembered because of the same thing? I mean, why is he wanting to be remembered? What's he wanting to be remembered for?
For killing President Donald.
Okay, and what kind of things does he want to be remembered for?
For being president.
Yeah. So they're completely different for what they want to be remembered for, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, then this box asks, what does this picture tell us about Oswald's character? So when we talk about character, do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think that picture tells you about his character?
Well, it tells me that he kills people because he killed police Kennedy.
President Kennedy, yeah.
He also killed policemen.
Oh, the policeman? Yeah, he also killed the policeman too, is what they have charged him with, and you learned that in the timeline, didn't you? Okay. So, does it, I mean, when I look at you, Ashley, I say, let me tell you some things I think about your character. Well, your glasses kind of give off the vibe that you might be smart, and I think you're kind of sweet and sensitive, and, you know, things like that about your character, that you like to help your friends. Am I getting kind of close to things with your character?
Yeah.
Alright, so what kind of things from this picture can you tell about his character? Like, what type of person does he look like? Does he look, I mean, even emotions, does he look sad, happy, mad, angry? What kind
He
of...
looks happy and he looks like he's mean.
He looks like he's mean to you. His face kind of looks, yeah. Okay, so the same thing on JFK's pictures. What does this picture tell you about his character?
He looks happy, and he looks like he's helpful with his with the United States.
So you think he's helpful to his country? You think he probably likes people?
Yeah.
You think he's a people person? Yeah, I think that's probably a really good guess. So, what kind of things let you know that he's happy or he likes people? What in the picture? What clues?
He's smiling, he's waving at people.
Okay, so his body language is telling a lot, isn't it? So if he was sitting there in the car like this, what would you kind of think? He's not
care.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. He's not really wanting to be there. Okay. All right, this next box, it says, how does this photo make Oswald look? And we kind of already touched on that a little bit. But to you, like if you were going through a magazine or on the internet and you just popped onto his picture, what would be the first thing that pops into your mind about him?
That he's happy?
No, about Oswald, right here.
He's ready for something.
You think he's getting ready for something? Okay, that's the first thing that comes into your mind. All right, and the same thing with JFK's picture. How does it make him look? What's the first thing that pops into your mind when you see that picture?
He's happy to see people.
Okay. All right, good job. All right, and then the last box over here. This one's supposed to get you thinking a little bit. What might people have thought about this photo of Oswald? What about the people in America? Say after the assassination, after things are done, if this picture was put in the newspaper or something, what do you think people of America would have thought?
That he deserved to go to jail because he killed 2 people.
Okay, that's a good prediction. They probably did think that he deserved it. Very good guess. All right, and then what might have the people of America thought about Kennedy from seeing this picture? Like me and you, we didn't get to meet Kennedy. Well, like we see President Obama on the TV now. You see him now, right? We didn't live when Kennedy was president, so we didn't get to see him. So now looking at his picture now, not knowing who he was, or we didn't ever get to meet him or see him on TV, what do you think about him from his picture there?
That he's nice, he's helpful, and that people loved him.
Yeah, that's a very, very good guess. People really did love him as a president. All right, so very good job. So we're going to finish here, and you're going to take your post test, and you're done, okay? Okay, very good. All right, so let's take a look here. You said that he was the 35th president. Also, he was one of the 4 presidents that have been assassinated. Good job adding that in there. He was killed by Mr. Oswald. He was a very good man because he wanted to help the poor. He was shot and killed, which was called being assassinated, and that was by Mr. Oswald. All right, very good. Good job. It's a lot of good information there. And I can tell that you like to write in the way that you write full sentences, and you're really quick with it too. It can tell you've had a lot of practice with writing. Okay, really awesome. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is the timeline. So I'm going to mix them back up because she had them all in the right order. And you see the numbers on the back, right? So no cheating, right? So I'll help you spread them out here. We'll spread them out to where you can read them easily. And then remember how I was telling her that if you pay attention to the times and dates on a timeline, and you also also pay attention to what it says. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Oswald to be put in jail for the assassination to be your very first thing, would it? So that would be something that would come towards the end. So paying attention to what it says, and you can stick them over here or down there, however you want to organize them. And I'll let you work on that quietly by yourself, and I'll just kind of help here and there, okay? I really like the way you're doing that, where you're reading all of them first, and then it's going to help you first part, it really all falls together, doesn't it? Check the dates on one of the last three, just the dates. I know you're doing it because it makes sense by what they say. Very good. Good job. Perfect. High five. All the way across the board. Good job. All right. We're going to look at the two pictures, just like you heard me doing with Ashley a little while ago. And for a second, I just want you to look at the first picture. Who's the picture of? Okay, and look at the second picture. Who's that picture of? Okay, so I want you to take a second and look at both of those pictures and think about what you see in the picture. Think about how it makes you feel. So you've had a second to look at the pictures. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to have you do another little writing portion for me because I know that that's one of your strong points. And I really want to see your answers come to life on a piece of paper. I really think that you're going to be able to get a lot more out writing it down. Okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the same questions that I looked at with Ashley, and I'm going to read these questions out to you. I want you to listen to the questions and think about them, and you're going to put your answer in the spot that I tell you. Okay? So for the first box right here, it says knowledge. It wants to know what you know about the pictures. So right here, what objects can you name in Oswald's picture?
There's a gun.
Okay, you can write them down right there for me. And on this, you're going to listen to what the question I'm asking you, and you're going to write down.